Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Salt City Racing live update. And Nick, it's almost here.
It's almost here. It's race week, baby.
Let's go racing. Hey, everybody. Let's first talk about the weather. It doesn't look very good for practice tomorrow, but we'll do everything feasibly possible we can to get practice in. Everybody pray for Mother Nature to make that rain go around the racetrack. Rain all over in Hutchinson, just move away from the racetrack.
That's right.
Can you do
That's
that?
right. I've seen it done.
Seen it done. We need a big tarp over the whole.
Yeah.
Need a roof over the racetrack.
Just build a dome.
Build a dome.
Build a dome.
Exactly. So everybody hope the rain stays away so we can get practice in tomorrow night. Let's first run down real quick. Sponsors, we had them up there already from that part, but again, we can't make this happen without all these great sponsors that we got going here. So let's first about mid-morning. Mike Van Gendren to take care of the track prep. Of course, you and Kyler have been over there since Sunday.
Yeah. So
let's talk about what we've done to the track since Sunday.
So really, we've just kind of been managing the water. We've done a little bit of additional sheep footing in some areas, and like the hot pit and return road and stuff like that. Did a little bit of grading. But really just kind of trying to manage the amount of moisture that's on it for the weather forecast. So we don't want to rain it out with the water truck, so to speak. But we've done a lot of work over there. I can tell you that the place looks better than I have ever remembered seeing it. It looks nice. It's cleaned up. The pits are mowed nice, and the infield's mowed nice, and everything's laid out, and it's really exciting to see it all come together.
So anyway, thanks Kyler Fetters and Nick for going over there all week working on that track. Kyler's been there at night watering that thing, because that's the best time to water and stuff. And Kyler, I think, is very excited about what he thinks the moisture content is too. We'll see what Mike has to say, but it looks like we're going to have to worry about too much water if this rain shows in there too. So can't thank Mike Van Gendren enough. He'll be there Friday also to help make sure the track surface is ready to go and keep teaching us on how we can keep this track looking like it needs to. Of course, Murphy Tractor Equipment, we couldn't be maintaining the track without them. That's for sure.
They've definitely not.
Got that grader over there in the sheep's foot. And of course, United Rentals, thank you for the water truck. It has really been a blessing to have that big old truck over there running around water, not having to do very much. Richardson Brothers Construction, John and Ross Richardson, thank you again for your commitment to help us and partnerships you've got us introduced to over there and everything. Ox Construction and Andale Concrete and Evans Construction, they have working on the walls. Mike was going to try to put a couple panels up today, but it was too wet from the little bit of rain shower they had. Of course, I think Kyler went out there pretty late and threw a bunch of water on it too.
30,000 gallons of water on it last night.
So anyway, thanks to those guys for that. Hample Oil, thank you for helping us with some fuel from that part. So thank you for that. BG Products, again, that's a great partnership we have here at Mel Hamilton Ford, but they're also going to chip in a bunch of stuff to help and be at all of the events and everything else too. So BG, thank you. Construction Rentals, they've got us a big telehandler over there that's been a blessing.
Oh yeah,
to work on, and of course they're going to throw about 3 lights on the back straightaway to help light that back straightaway up and everything. A lot of people don't think we need the light, but I think the racers will appreciate the extra light.
Can't have enough light.
Agricent are going to have the throw the side-by-sides out there for us. And, of course, the one side-by-side, it's going to be an EMT. That'll be very helpful for that. And, of course, we couldn't be doing this without Dusty and his crew at Zener Electric without the lights, right?
Got to have the power.
Exactly. So one more sponsor we haven't got up because they just got their logo in today is Can Equip. They're out of Hutch. They're bringing us just a little tractor.
Just a little tractor.
it's a big boy they're bringing us. So to help pull a Lele, I hope we don't need to use a Lele this time of the year, but we'll see. But we're also, I guess we're going to have us another big tractor to be able to do some packing right along with the big green John Deere from the Richardson Brothers Construction guys too, from that part. So anyway, let's pray the rain rolls around the racetrack. We want to practice tomorrow really bad. So let's just see what happens. We'll just play it hour by hour, I guess, and kind of see how that goes.
That's the plan.
So let's go back through Friday. So pit gates open at 3.
3 o'clock. Pit gates open. Grandstands open at 5.
Okay.
Excuse me. And hot laps will start at 6:15, and races will start at 7. But the first heat race is probably going to roll on the track about 5 till.
5 till. So let's talk a little bit too cashless. I know there's some people have a few comments about that, but I need everyone to understand that I have got to go to the fair board with legitimate numbers. And this is the best way that I can have legitimate numbers to show this fair board that they voted correctly to let us race. And I want to go in there with these digital reports to say, here's the tickets, here's the money, and here's where it's went from that part, so we know exactly what dollars are, so we can prove to them the support we're going to have from the fans, the support we're going to have from the racers. And everybody, please understand, I can't please everybody. We want to, but this is a deal where we need to have these reports that are legit, viable, and everything to go through that to make that happen. Your cash can be taken into concessions. There's a little bit of discrepancy with my interview that I had on KWBW and then the Hutch Post, talking about my proposal, because my proposal that I put to the fair board, it was including us doing the concessions. In the turn, they turned us down on that and gave that to Charlie, who's been doing concessions all the time. So that's why the little bit of discrepancy there is too. No coolers are allowed. That's all part of the concessions. Charlie Griffin and his crew have made that rule that no coolers coming in through the concession stands from that part. Okay, tickets. Yes, go to saltcityracingllc.com to buy your tickets online. It's going to speed you up getting you in, because you'll be able to walk right through the tunnel, and they'll have phones there to scan your tickets and go right through. If you don't want to do that, you want to buy it at the gate, the outside pit gate. We'll get your pit passes, but then on the west side of the grandstands is the ticket box.
Yep, absolutely.
And there'll be ladies there selling you tickets. They'll actually print those tickets out for you and let you get in from that way too. But I'm going to tell you, to speed it up and way to go, buy them online, get your ticket, walk through with your phone or whatever, scan it. You can print it out even if you buy them online too.
Yep.
Walk through. It's going to save you time and effort and everything else too from that part. So I hope everybody understands the cashless situation, why we did that, why we're working that way. I just want some good bona fide reports to show the fair board the amount of people that walked through the gate, the amount of racers that came through the gate, and here's the money that got deposited into that situation. So there's no what I want to say.
There's no confusion, and it's not a surprise. But really, there's so many venues and so many events and stuff that are going to a cashless deal, and we're not the first racetrack to do it. I mean, there are other racetracks in other parts of the country that are doing it. I mean, yeah, it's kind of new around here, but I think you're going to see more and more going to it, really. And it's just, I understand that it's a change, and change is tough from what you're used to doing, but it's just kind of the way of the future, and we're going to try it out and see how it works.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I've talked to a lot of business owners out there too, and they agree with me what I'm doing, because there's so many easy ways for cash to get miscounted, get put some other place that it shouldn't be. But this is the easiest way that we can accountable for that in taking care of this racetrack. And I tell you, we just need to go show this fair board that they voted correctly. This is the right thing to do to take care of this, and we want to race for years to come, not just these few races we're doing this year. And I can tell you, from Kyler to Nick and me and the crew, we're doing everything possible to make sure that race surface is great for you racers. You all remember what it was like in July. It was terrible. And you can't have a good racetrack racing once a year. It's just so hard to get that done and make a good, viable racetrack. Mike Van I can't tell you what, I can't wait to see these race cars race out there, see how it's going to go.
Yeah, I can't either. I mean, I think it's going to be awesome. I hope they get them all the way, get up there and sickle the fence. I think it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah. So anyway, so let's jump to the tech chat line here real quick and make sure we got everybody. Can you purchase tickets gate? We got that. Yes, we got that. Anyway, yes, you can buy tickets if I purchase tickets, only have 4 redeemed. Okay, there's more to that statement there.
If I purchase 10 tickets and only have 4 redeemed, can I be used at the next race?
Yes, you can. Yes, not a problem. That is easy to do. That's another thing I love about this. You can jump on there and buy as many tickets you want. If you don't redeem them, whatever, we'll move them over to the next race or whatever too from that part. So very easy. That's why I love it. If we can get online and get a bot, you racers, if you can get online and buy your pit passes, that's just going to speed our pit line up, make it easier for the confusion stuff. The racers, all you're going to have to do is make sure you have your W9 ready for us. We'll have copies of there. If you don't have it, please get registered on my race pass. So that's done and ready to go. And then just sign the pit release, get your wristband, in you go from that part. So anyway, let's pray for the rain. Rain all over Hutchinson, just don't rain on the racetrack. Maybe sprinkle. How about that? We can take a little sprinkle.
Fine. Yeah. Then we don't need water.
We don't need a lot of water. So let's just hope that we can get through this rain and we can still practice tomorrow, but we're on a 50-50 bet right now where we're going to get to practice tomorrow from that part. So just hope that it works up and we can make sure that's going to work. And Ron, do you have a weather backup date if necessary? Well, Ron, I tell you, I wish we did, but we don't. And here's why. When we finally got this proposal through the fair board, we just had a select few of dates that we could race, and these are the dates that's on the schedule. There was no other dates that we could pick. These are the dates. We didn't even get to pick these dates. These are just the only available dates the fair had available for us to race, so I wish that's the way it was. And promise you, I don't want to have a rain out because I still pay if I have a rain out. So please hope you understand. I'm not trying to cancel because I don't want to race because I'm thinking weather might. I'm going to do everything I can to race because I still pay. Whether I put people in the seats and cars on that racetrack, I still pay the fair board if I rain out. That's part of the agreement from that part. So I hope everybody understands that side with the. I guess the risk that we've put up to make sure this racetrack goes, how much we live and breathe for racing and love what's going on at the touch.
It's probably going to rain tomorrow. It may likely rain out practice, but Friday, I think we're going to be just fine.
So anyway, what else have I left off, Nick? We've talked about the cashless. We talked about the coolers. What else? Anything?
I don't think so. We've been working so hard trying to get to this first race that our race car is not ready to go.
Yeah.
So we probably need to go back and work on it.
Yeah, I get that too. So anybody else got any chat lines they want to bring up or whatever questions, whatever, we're here for you. Go to saltcityracingllc.com. You can check out anything you need there. If you need to email us for questions or whatever, please jump online and get registered racers so we know kind of got a head count about where we're at from that part. I know it's kind of last minute kind of a situation for that part too, but we sure would love to have everybody registered on that part going from that part. Yeah, Ron, I'm praying for good weather and plan on being at the races. So thank you all. You bet, Ron. Everybody get your friends and everybody else. Just pack these grandstands. Let's make sure the fair board knows that we're serious about this racetrack and we want to keep it. We want to keep racing for many, many years after this from that part. And again, kind of going through the schedule and stuff. We got this weekend, and the next race is May
24th, and that will be pretty much a mirror of the show we're going to run this Friday with the sprint cars and stuff again. And then we get into June, and we get some late models, and then we have a 100-lap Silver Crown race,
July 19th and 20th. Don't want to miss that one. That's for sure. That's going to be a fun time and stuff too. I will put this out there too. We haven't decided what the pit pass or the gate pass is going to be for that race, and I hope you all understand that is a big purse that's going to be out there for that race. But to put a 100-lap race on is going to be pretty spectacular.
That is cool. It's going to be neat.
It's going to be fun. So be ready for that. And then after July, we go into August.
August 4th, I think.
Okay.
And we're going to have dirt late models again, High Plains late model series again, and then we go into September 20th, which is our season finale.
And then on the calendar is still October and November dates to be determined. And the reason for that is I asked the fair board, being that late in the year, would they give me lenience on this having to pay for a rain out if it snowed or did something like that, and I could not get them to budge on having to pay if I canceled. So we put it on tentative, took those dates off. We're tentatively going to still race if we can, or weather permitting. I'm just going to have to give them a couple weeks notice on what we're doing on those dates, but love to have some exciting stuff after that of different classes, different fun. As we get going through the year, there's a couple other classes we've talked about adding depending on how the show goes. I want to be starting that show, like Nick said, at 6:55. We want to be out of there no later than 11 o'clock. And if we see we can add another class to the deal, to the races, we're going to do it.
Well, why not?
We're going to get through some of these situations, some of these races and see how it goes and make sure we can do a fast show so everybody enjoys it and we're not there the wee hours of the morning because that's not fun for nobody. And I don't want to do that at all from that standpoint either. So, again, let's throw the sponsors back up there real quick and go through those guys real fast. Again, Mike Van Ginner, they're all of the dirt work and all the expertise. I think we've been on the phone with him about every day since he left, just talking about what
at least once or twice. Yeah.
And sending him pictures of the track and everything else too. Murphy Tractor and Equipment, Curtis and Dan over there, fantastic gentlemen to work with. Can't thank them enough for all the equipment they're bringing us, and right along with United Rentals and a wonderful water truck.
It's pretty awesome.
It is. Richard Brothers Construction with the big green John Deere and the box blade and all the partnerships they've helped set up there in Hutchinson. So John and Ross Richardson at Richard Brothers Construction, thank you. Mike over at Ox Construction Materials and Andale Concrete and Evans got together helping us with the walls. So thank you, gentlemen. Hample Oil helping us out with a little bit of fuel because we have burned up some diesel fuel, haven't we?
We've burned up quite a bit of diesel fuel.
Kansas BG, all the great preventative maintenance products they sell. Again, that's a great partnership we have here at Mount Holman the Ford that they came to me. I didn't ask them. They just came and said, hey, we want to be a part of it. And I said, come on, let's go. So there'll be some fun, exciting things we do out the year with BG and Coast Construction Rental. They're out of Salina. They're moving to Hutchinson. That's why they want to get part of this deal. We went up and picked up one of them big telehandlers and brought it down. And I think you and Kyler had a little fun with that, didn't you?
We did. We moved some porta potties around, if you consider that fun.
I don't know about that part of it. They're bringing some lights on the back straightaway to help light it up for you racers to make sure you can see on that back straightaway. It probably would have been okay, but I want to make sure it's good and well lit for you racers. Agri Center helping us out with the side-by-sides, and one side-by-side is floating between Dodge City and Hutch for the EMS and fire, so thank you. And again, Zener Electric, Dusty and Cody coming to help us with the lights. Can be kind of hard to race out of the lights, wouldn't it?
Coolest green and yellow and red light switch I've ever seen.
Yeah, pretty. The flagman's going to love that.
He's going to love it.
So anyway, and last one is not up there yet because we just picked them up, is Ken Equip out of Hutch. They're bringing us a big old farm tractor to pull around the Lele, but also it looks like we might need another packer tool or two, depending on this rain, what it does.
I can't wait to drive it.
I know, me too.
I've learned how to drive all sorts of stuff this week that I've never driven before.
Yeah, I hear you. So anyway, that's about all we got for tonight. I hope everybody's ready to go. I hope you got your friends, your family, everybody to fill those stands, prove this fair board that we are going racing. And we want to keep this racetrack in Hutchinson from that part. And Nick and I and Kyler have got more hours, more things put together to try to make sure this is a success. And I just need everybody to show the support, show what we can do to fill that fair and fill that grandstands and show this fair board that was the right decision.
100%. And there's so many other things on the table that we just would love to do that we just really haven't had time to get to or time to put together. So, if we can keep making, putting people in the stands and keep this thing rolling, I mean, there's so many bigger and better and more awesome things coming.
Yes, our list goes long, but we got to get through this first year. And everybody, I want as many race cars as we can get out there to race. We're going to do that as much as we possibly can, but there's no way to get every possibility class out there to go race. So hope everybody understands that too. We'll get through this, and then hopefully the October and November dates. Who knows? We could race in December if it's good weather. We could have raced in December this year.
We could have. Yeah, it was beautiful.
So we got some fun races coming with that, and then hopefully we can add another class or whatever some of these races we go as we see how this race how the race schedule goes, how the race night goes, and all that kind of stuff too. So
yep.
Everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the comments, questions, everything on Facebook, whatever you need. We're here to help you. We're here to make this a great success. But most importantly, let's show that fair board this was the right decision to pack this track full of people and full of fun. And racers, I promise you, I've got you a racetrack that second to none that's going to hold and going to be good and not burn up tires like it's done in the past. So please come watch, come have some fun, come race. And let's show everybody this is the right thing to do for Hutchinson and keep this track moving and going from that part. So, Nick, any last closing comments or anything?
I don't think so. It's time. Let's make it happen.
Pray for the rain to go away. Help us out there a little bit as much as you can. I know it's going to be interesting tomorrow whether we get to practice or not. And I will have tickets for the non-CC fans to buy for me.
Non-credit card fans.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Jamie. So anyway, everybody's doing everything they can to make this work. And there's a lot of things going in the background and all that kind of stuff that's happening too to make this racetrack keep there and keep it live and keep it going. So pray for the rain to go away. Everybody get them seats ready to fill up Friday night. And I guess my last comment is let's go racing. Everybody have a great night. We'll hopefully race tomorrow night, practice tomorrow night, and we'll be going live 6:55 Friday night. Everybody, talk to you soon.